you to do me a favor. I need you to get the multi-tool out.
The multi-tool?
Yeah. Hold this.
What are you doing?
Changing the angles of the grips. They're starting to hurt my hands the other day. It means they were too low. So Sydney and I are taking an Xtracycle for a 5-mile commute across Arlington from South Arlington to North Arlington. Something we normally would take by a car. In fact, we've always taken it by car except for this week. And just experimenting with the route and how easy it is, or not easy, as the case may be, to get around from point A to point B. So the things we're looking at are obviously how long it gets there, the time of travel, ease of travel in terms of the route, you know, how complicated it gets because we have to go out of our way for some things. I've already pretty much made up my mind about this, but I'm going to go through the ride anyway and then put some thoughts in after I drop her off. There we go. I didn't even check the time when we left. I think we're a little bit behind. Here's one of the things that comes up as a problem. We're not heavy enough to trip the sensor. I'm too big to get over there and stay on the sidewalk, and it's too hard for Sydney to get out and hit the signal. So sometimes we're lucky enough to have somebody there, and then other times we gotta go across the road, and that's not fun. I hate doing that, but that light will not trip unless somebody's on it. So if you're wondering, we're going about 14 miles an hour up this hill on turbo, and right now it's at full power, and I'm working. But flip side is we were going 14 miles an hour up a hill, and I was not working as much as that would be without the e-motor. So for the most part, I try to stick to routes that have as much infrastructure as possible. But that stuff's not everywhere. So a section of road like this, where the speed limit is 30, and people travel at least 40, 45, it gets a little sketchy, but for the most part, it's not that bad. Boy, he's sitting there waiting for us. So we're looking at 23 minutes and 43 seconds. With her on the bike, I think that's the fastest time we've done, and I wasn't even pushing it. So normally that would take, I think, like 15 minutes or so by the car. Mm-hmm. Which one do you like better?
I think I like the bike.
Yeah?
In the car it gets really hot.
Yeah, we don't have any air conditioning in the car.
No, besides, still it gets hot because it just a bunch of wind.
Yeah.
And you can record too.
Yeah, we can do stuff. Yeah, we definitely like the bike better. So for a 5-mile commute, at least in the city, in this area, or the town, this is not, what is this? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Sid's got to go.
Bye.
So now we're not powered at all. Going down a hill. Geared up. There we go. Finally hitting 30. So here's another thing that's super awesome about this. Off-the-line performance on turbo, it negates so many things at intersections. All those little moments where you get started and you think that somebody's gonna try to jump the gun on you and the car's like super itchy. More often than not, I'm completely across the intersection before they even get started. All you gotta do is drop it down into a smaller gear, and then the torque level is much higher, just like a car. Before we start doing the rides in the city, I gotta get another lock. This is low grade chain. So I try to get the front frame and wheel, and then back here, this essentially acts as a disc lock. We're good. Ah, tomatoes. Good. This is just a regular GoPro.
Oh, GoPro, okay.
I'm just attached to my harness to make me look like a nerd. Thanks, man. Up here. Obviously, what I was referring to earlier with putting some thoughts together. The e-powered Xtracycle or an e-powered cargo bike, I mean, at this point, e-powered anything, if you're using it for commuting. I'm not going to go into any of the other stuff right now. This is just for commuting. It changes the game completely. It makes it easier to do anything that you do with a self-powered bike. I think one thing that it does is it makes it seem more possible. When I was using the Xtracycle as powered by me, there were times that it was just flat out excruciating to use. There were hills that you view it as getting exercise, but there's just sometimes you just don't want to get exercise, especially if it's something like I've gone out and ridden and I come back and my legs are completely crushed. I don't want to have to power. I don't have to use any power at all. So having that assist spinning your legs out without having to use any energy is amazing. But yeah, like getting up hills, powering away from stop signs and stoplights, putting yourself in a commanding position, it is way easier when you have power. I'm trying to think of some other things to say here, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably have more cohesive thoughts later, but for right now, it puts a smile on your face when you ride it. You have all this weight on the bike, and this thing freaking flies. All right, more later.